Hello and welcome back to my channel Get Coded, and this is class 16 on C programming. In the last class we had arranged numbers in ascending or in descending order using arrays. So in today's class we would be doing addition and subtraction of matrices, and later on we would do multiplication of matrices. So to start, first I would write the structure of the program. Secondly, we want the user to enter values for the rows and columns. After entering the value, we are going to generate matrix. Since we are going to do addition and subtraction, we would be needing two matrix, that is A and B, and the addition and subtraction would be stored in third and fourth matrix, that would be declared as add and subtract. After generating matrix A and B, we would be carrying out the addition and the subtraction. This is the flow of our program for today. So let's just start with the first and the second thing. I would just write it. Okay, so I have printed on the screen for the user to enter values for rows and columns. If the user wants a matrix of 3 by 3, he would enter 3 and 3. That is, it will create spaces for 3 rows and 3 columns. After that, our second point is to generate matrix A and B. To generate matrix, we would simply ask the user to enter the value for matrix A, and then we would take him on a new line where he would start entering the numbers. So for the first row, we want 3 numbers, as there are going to be 3 columns. Okay, so for the first row, that is I equals to 0, I less than 3, that is 2 times, and from 0 to 2, that is this loop is going to run 3 times in total. Okay, that is, it is going to generate 3. When it comes inside for the first time, it is going to check for the j. So here I will just declare I and j, and here at this point it is going to check for the columns, that is how many columns it has to generate, that is 3 columns. Okay, so this loop is again going to run for 3 times. So when it runs for the first time, it is going to, since the user has entered the value, so the first value is going to come in A of I and j. So A of I is currently 0 and A of j is currently 0. So in 0 and 0, so in this first position it is going to take the value as 1. Let's say the user has entered the following values. So from this we are taking 1. After this, when it runs for the second time, it is going to come I as 0 and j as 1. So here it is going to store the next number, that is 2, and like that it is going to save 3. Then on coming out of the loop, it is going to come on a new line. So in a matrix form it is going to create. So at the end you will see something like this in the computer. So this is saved in the computer for matrix A. Similarly, we will create the same thing for matrix B. Okay, so this is for matrix B. It is going to generate 3 rows and 3 columns. Here also, let's say for B also the user has entered the same numbers. Here also we would get the same thing. Now let's check. Now we want to do addition and subtraction. So first we are going to do addition. To do addition, we simply have to create a for loop, and inside this for loop we are going to generate the rows and columns for a new matrix. Okay, so the addition is going to come in this matrix. So A of ij, that is 0 0, that is the first element of the A and the first element of B, and we are going to add those first element and store it in the first element of the add variable. Okay, so let's just go up and declare this variable. We had created A and B as matrix also, so we are going to add them too, and after that semicolon. And we want for subtraction also, so we will create first only the variable, let's say 10 by 10, Otherwise our matrix is 3 by 3, you can use 3 by 3 also. Okay, this was about addition. For the subtraction you have to do the same thing, that is, in case of addition you will write subtraction, and here in case of this plus sign you will write the minus sign. Okay, so we have created, and after that we simply are going to display the output to the user. To display the output I have used the for loop, and when it runs it is going to put values here, and similarly the add is going to be displayed on the screen. Same thing I have done for subtraction. Okay, so try to run the program. You can see after the first row is completed there is one space, the second row completed, space, third row completed, space, and it is asking us to enter the value for B. Similarly we would write the same thing for B. So after each number you need to press space. Okay, and after the last enter you are going to get the answer. Okay, so that's it for the addition and subtraction. So before we move forward, make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also press that bell icon so you don't miss any content. You can ping me on Instagram if you have any doubts or want to solve or share anything. Okay, so let's move forward with multiplication. Okay, so for the multiplication it's the same thing. Instead of addition subtraction we are going to write multiplication. But if you remember, in matrix multiplication it is not normal multiplication. You are going to multiply the first row of matrix A with the first column of matrix B, and then you are going to add it. Okay, so like that there would be the multiplication variable, and these two will go. Okay, after that we are going to ask the user for rows and columns, and we are going to take the value for A and B. This is going to be the same. The only problem is here. Okay, so from here to the last, let's say we are going to remove it. Instead of that we are going to do something. Okay, so for the multiplication I have created for loops, and this is going to generate rows, columns, and this is going to get first row and the first column elements, and it's going to multiply and then add it. Okay, so this is the main logic behind the multiplication of matrix, and after that I am simply going to print it on the screen. Print also I have used the same logic. Okay, so here it's going to generate rows, columns, and every row and every column it's going to make the multiplication matrix. This matrix will come here and it would get displayed. Okay, we will just declare this K, as we had not declared the K. So here I am declaring K, and when we run it you can see it's asking us to enter the value for row and column. Let's say 3 space 3. For A we are going to write the same thing, and for B we are going to write the same thing. When you press the enter you can get the multiplication of matrix. So if you sit and calculate, it's going to come correct. So that's it for today's class. I hope you all liked it. So like, share and subscribe to my channel. I post every Monday and on Wednesday at 6 p.m. So make sure you like, share and subscribe and press that bell icon so you don't miss any updates about my channel. Thanks a lot for watching.